folks, folks. Thank y'all for coming on and clicking on and staying on. Shout out to my clickers, the ones that click every time when they see me. It's an automatic click. Let me tell you this right quick, man. This person is expecting. These people are expecting you to rescue them now. Some kind of crazy way. Well, I'm gonna tell you. In the dismantling, or in the attempted dismantling of your spirit and of what you had going on, and of your life, your lifestyle, the attempt to change your lifestyle, the attempt to block your light, attempt to dim your light. It was an attempt to save themselves. They felt like they were being crushed. But during all of that, to see your survival, some of these people treated you like a lab rat. And that's very sad and that's very unfortunate, but I have to use that description. Some of these people treated your demise like a lab rat or a science experiment or a test, or something to be made light of. It was a joke. It was a jokey. But as people started to see you continue to overcome these tests and overcome these trials and overcome these gauntlets and figure things out and come to new revelations within yourself and continue your healing journey and continue to do the things that you always have done, continue to build up, continue to grow, continue to be compassionate and have a heart for people. Have you flipped your wig? Have you cried? Have you been frustrated? Have you been on your face? Sure. Of course. That come with this type of fight. You know, if you don't want to cry, then you don't want to fight. Because the tears is a reaction of going through something you ain't never been through before, and it almost devastating you. But anyway, after all of that, then people are realizing, man, Boss Man Collective is borderline a superhero. Like can't be from this world. Because anybody from this world would have crumbled under that. So now in these moments, it's turning into a reflective period for people. Because here's what happened. Your movement, your change in behavior, where you left a situation, left a job, left a family, quit talking to certain family members, that change and that shift was damaging to people. Like I always say, was so damaging because they took it as a direct attack on their person. They took it as a direct attack on them. It made them very furious. I'm furious. And the rage and the fury also becomes blind. You ever heard of blind rage, blind fury? Where it's like, man, I'm so mad. And maybe you don't. Maybe you don't ever get like this. I rarely get like this. But I can say that everybody does. Something about the anger and what it releases in your brain when you are, when you feel like you're fighting for your life and you're angry, it blinds you. Because all of your neurological resources have to go other places to fight off an attack. And so you can't see straight, and you ever been so mad you can't even see? You can't think, you can't even figure out what to say. I'm so furious. I'm talking long, man, but I don't care. It's Monday. I'm so furious. I can't see. Well, that's what happened. People became so furious and so enraged that they could no longer see. So it starts off with people who never took the time to know you. Okay? Then, not knowing you, you upset them. You made their psyche, their physiological existence feel at risk. That triggered the rage. That triggered the anger. And that triggered the blindfold. So now I'm so mad at somebody I really don't know like that I can't see, and I'm mounting an attack on a stranger. I'm going after something I really don't know about like that. And I'm big on the art of war. I talk about the art of war all the time. That's the thing. See, people went after you not even knowing your studies. Not even knowing that you're abreast and you well studied. But I digress. But it talks about knowing your enemy better than you know yourself. If you're going to attack somebody, know them. But the rage blinded, and it covered people's eyes. And it covered people's thought processes, and it made people say things and do things that they wouldn't normally do. Or maybe they would, but wouldn't have did if they knew you. And now, what's happening is the rage is wearing off. You ever got unmad? You ever been furious? Do some things, say some things, and then time going and you get unmad? And you're like, why did I do that? And why did I say that? That's the question people is asking right now when it comes to you. Why did I do that? And why did I say that? And it ain't, when I say do that, I'm not talking about one thing. And when I say that, I'm not talking about one thing. Why did I do all that stuff? And why did I say all that stuff? Let me say that. Why did I do that? Why did I say that? Why did I do all that stuff? Why did I say all that stuff? Because the rage is wearing off. And as the rage and the anger wears off, and not to say it won't, it probably go like this for people. Some days they rageful, some days they mournful. Some days they rageful, some days they mournful. But those rageful days is becoming few and far between, because they ain't realizing I ain't got nothing to be mad at. And so now the mournful days outweigh the rageful days. The sorrowful days and the regretful days, because these people do have them. They don't live in that. Outweighs the rageful days when they felt justified. And each day that blindfold or that film over the reptile's eyes or that skin, you know how a snake shed its skin all the way over his eyes and everything. Each day, that skin is peeling back. And as that skin peels back and reveals, it's revealing who you are. As the first layer and the second layers and all of these things is starting to appear, it's revealing who the Big Boss Man Collective is as a person. And it's causing people to want, it's causing people, because here's the thing. All these people want is to be rescued anyway. It just so happened they thought the devil was finna rescue them from their own minds. So they went to that side, but the devil can't rescue you. So now I just heard in my spirit. So now these people tortured minds, tortured souls, and tortured lives that's receiving these backfirings and all this, and karmic justice as the scales like to be balanced. I just heard in my spirit they looking for the closest thing that was ever an angel. They're like, man, Big Boss Man Collective was the closest person to even care about what was going on. And these people know. By your energy or energy that you're going to be into, I can't come back. I did too much and said too much to ever seek the rescue, but I still want it. Because it's people in this world who think that if you don't save them, they'll never be saved. It ain't got nothing to do with what people say. I just heard some people expected you to take them to the finish line. They was going to sit back and ride with you. They did too much and said too much, and now they can't catch a cab. Ain't nowhere to lay their head, ain't nowhere to kick their feet up. See, that's that karma for trying to upset the Big Boss Man Collective foundations. That karma is you ain't gonna never find nowhere to kick your feet up at. You ain't gonna never be able to kick back, crack you a cold one, and enjoy the game. Ain't no rest for the wicked. And I was about to say, don't you rescue people? Don't you da, da, da. First of all, do what you want to do. Excuse me. This is spiritual advice. But I got a sneaking suspicion I ain't got to tell you not to rescue nobody. Because the energy I feel from y'all is this is the season I got to rescue myself. How somebody wants you to rescue them from the karma they cause by trying to ruin you? What kind of world is that? Don't try to understand that. That's outside of your understanding. Don't try to wrap your head around everything. Put that to a bucket and let that simmer. People want you to come and be the hero for a mess that they caused against you. So that means you didn't have to save yourself. Then turn around and save somebody else. If you already know how that's ain't that much strength in the world, baby. I know I went long, but it's Monday. This is the things that I felt like I had to get off, man. People is looking at you like you the saving grace. It's like, I'm the saving grace. All y'all said. All y'all did. I thought I was this, that, and the third. I thought, according to y'all, I was this, that, and the third. I can't be the saving grace. I can't be the one true angel. I can't be the Big Boss Man Collective. No, right? And people know, yo. People know not to bring nothing to you about nothing. They know. Big Boss Man Collective is very kind. But you bring the wrong thing to him or her plate, and they gonna slice you up. People know. Because people can't talk, because if you talk and if you say something now, golly. Some people can't say nothing to you because anything that they say is going to implicate. So they gotta be silent on the strength, really. Everything they say is gonna be used against them in the court. I don't know who that is for, but it's just coming out of my mouth. Excuse me. Everything they say is gonna be used in the court, so they can't even say nothing to you. Because anything they say is going to implicate them, and it's going to be a domino effect of implications. Boom, 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 boom. It's like one sentence going to clear up like 50 things, and so everybody got to be quiet. And that's cool. Big Boss Man Collective should be the masters of quiet at this point, because your quiet is very loud. I promise you, your quiet is screaming. Your quiet is screaming, saying, hey, look at what's happening in my life without me saying nothing. I'm getting so much. I'm just keep on talking. Because, see, for these people, speaking is what they feel like brings them justice. And so it's foreign to them when you don't speak. Hope I'm helping somebody. For a lot of people, speaking, to have a verbal assault and a verbal attack and a verbal spar, they would love it. They would love it. They would love it. That would bring them justice. But your justice is brought in the quiet. And so that's why your quiet is so offensive. Because what people got to understand now is these people, the Big Boss Man Collective does not even think enough of me to speak. Always get on my kids. When you go in the classroom, speak to your teacher, speak to your friends. To me, it's a sign of disrespect if you go into a space and people are speaking and you don't speak. I try not to do that, even though I have. You're not always conscious of it. But to speak shows respect. It shows honor. It says, I honor you. I'm going to use my voice. I honor you. I'm going to use my energy to interact. Not speaking is a lot louder than that. Not speaking is a lot louder than that. All right, I'm going to let y'all go. Peace.